Okay, I didn't think this day would ever come, but I've reviewed a game, and that game is Dead by Daylight. Why, you ask? Because one day I was in a mood and I figured, hey, I'm a bit delusional. If that person can make YouTube content, so can I. Plus, it's practically the end of the world. What have I got to lose? Now, mind you, I'm about halfway done with this project, and I'm not sure if this could be considered content so much as it's just the sounds of a dude rambling into the void about games in a desperate attempt at escapism, but meh, at least the intro kinda slaps. Dead by Daylight, or more colloquially known as DBD, is an asymmetrical horror-themed multiplayer game developed by Behavior Interactive, formerly known as Artificial Mind and Movement, or Megatune, the same humans that blessed us with a Doritos Crash Course and, Doritos Crash Course 2. If you know, let me tell you. Officially released June 14th, 2016 for a cool $20 USD, and it being the 2022nd year after the death of some Bloodwine homebrewer, I'd say this game still holds up. Considering so many other titles tried the whole asymmetric multiplayer thing within the time since its release, and as far as I know, they have all just about been killed off or abandoned, much like I'll probably do with this script. I'm just trying to say the game ain't bad, okay? That being said, I'm going to try and make this video short, because this is the first time I've ever reviewed anything. And also, it's my first video. Like ever. That aside, I've got some hours on this game. And, in fact, this game has the most hours out of any game on my Steam's list. When I look at how many hours I've sank into this game, it kind of makes me feel like, DBD uses the Unreal Engine, fourth one, I guess, and doesn't really require crazy specs to run it either. I should know, I'm rocking a fucking 980 Ti here. So yeah, it keeps one of the bars of entry relatively low and accessible. Being part of the community, I've come to understand that the dev team behind this game is split up into different teams. Common practice for larger games and game companies, but seems to have been oversimplified in the community psyche into two teams. The more mechanical gameplay and programming team, which sounds like three frickin' teams to me, and the art team. The latter of the two, fields being really kind of the bee's knees, like some of the animations and character models, cosmetics included, are so fitting and well done. No, not all of them, but for the most part, they are tasty. There are 28 killers and counting to choose from. It's almost like the Smash Bros of horror games, I swear, because it's like they're all here. Mostly. And they all have unique abilities that cater to different playstyles. Heck, you can be a pig woman and stalk around in the shadows with your retractable blade, looking for any prey to just dash up on and give them the jab of a lifetime. Let me guess, you feel like your teeth are just overrated. Well, I got the killer for you. You could always sacrifice your teeth for the power of vomit. That's right, vomit. For the low cost of your teeth, you can kill people with your vomit. Try vomit now. But Mana, I value my teeth. Fine. If you care so much about your teeth, you just turn invisible and be a voyeur. But don't blame me if you get caught in the girls' locker room again. Alright, I got nothing to do with that. But if you ask me, I think your time is way better being spent as a demonic masseuse. Get paid top dollar for massaging all of the clients with your knife hands. But you know what? Maybe money's not your thing. Maybe honeys is your thing. Well, if honeys is your thing, be an e-boy. An e-boy with a knife fetish. The ladies will be crawling all over you. And if you ever get bored, you can join the Leather Workers Guild. Track down game, put them out, get that skin with tiny hooks, drag it over to the tannery, slap that bad boy on a bigger hook for tanning, and you're good to go. May I suggest being a geometric pain daddy? Go door to door selling knives, tears, fear, and bloodshed to anybody who's ever dared to call you cheesehead. Roam the halls of abandoned buildings and pick people off of skill shots. Kill them in bathrooms without the entity's consent because revenge is nice. Ba ba ba. Depressed VHS collector. Truckman, meat man, punch people, honk at them. Listen, I could go on and on, but that's just the killer side, okay? You want to be on a team of survivors dodging French babies and repairing generators while your teammates alert the killer with the clap of their ass cheeks? This game has got you covered, with a somewhat star-studded cast in my opinion, but a rather big one nonetheless. 27 survivors and counting, to be exact. They got a... hold on, I named killer. No socks, cup coaster, phone? VIP guy, fairy, bloody not your Mary. Who's this? Oh, the blue devil, scourge of all killers, cannot stand her. Watch out, the thickness is coming. Thick Jane. Okay, I think I deserve that. This next guy likes to say groovy.
Alright, say the thing.
Kiss my grits.
Oh, well, fine, jerk.
In the closet, out the closet. And we're not even talking about the legendary skins. Those are a thing in this game too, allowing for cameo appearances such as Sleep Aid Sunderland or a damn Krampus. Are these standalone characters? No, they're more like full skins as opposed to clothing, I guess, which is kinda neat. But one thing I must make clear is that it's DLC, so you'll most likely need some IRL moolah to get some of, if not most of the things that are dope. Okay. I've got a confession here. At this point in time, this video has taken me so long to make that there has been major updates that kind of just literally threw my script out the window. Not literally. God, that's a misused term nowadays. Figuratively threw my script out the window. For it is digital, and I am not throwing my damn computer out the window. Okay, enough of that tangent. So, I'm going to have to kinda just wing it from here, to be honest. I don't know what else to say or do. Maybe next time I should just work on the thing and not do other things, right? Like maybe I should practice some sort of dedication to a craft for once. Okay, so you know how earlier I talked about how this game, at least amongst the crowd that play it, is kind of split up into two parts. You got the artsy farts and the actual game development side. Well, that's where this game used, I do say used because of the update, have a problem. This might be something that a lot of people don't want to hear, especially in the community, because it's very polarized, but I was going to say how they could do a better job because, like, there's some syncing issues with hitboxes and some things are just broken and, like, not being fixed. Well, guess what? They did it. They fixed a lot of things. That last update made this game just so much more polished. Now this game has almost nothing for me to complain about. And it's weird, because I had some complaints written down. And, well, let's just say it used to be that they were making such drastic changes and nerfs and stuff that it seemed as though this game was like early access, because it was as if they were trying to fix things on the fly before release. And, you know, just testing the waters with different things, and, you know, they were, actually. That's exactly what the hell they were doing. Because DBD is a living thing. It's like some kind of weird digital monster that needs to be kept up with constantly. And it was probably so damn chaotic at that office that a lot of things went unnoticed or untreated. But yeah, I must have been completely oblivious. They were onto some things, and they fixed a lot of things, and that says something. It really does. It seems like they do listen after all. Now, mind you, it's still kind of a meme that reporting somebody actually does anything, because I swear it still does nothing. And honestly, that's probably for the better. There's a lot of toxic people in this game and trolls that would probably abuse that reporting function, and you know what? I'm a damn good Pyramid Head, and I don't feel like being banned from a game that I like so much just because I'm good. They even tried to spice up the gameplay loop over the years by adding some extra mechanics for the survivors to do other than the classic repair, gens, open gate, leave loop. But not so much that the loop has actually changed per se, for that is still the only real gameplay loop, and that's okay. That's core mechanics. You mess with that, and it's not even the same game anymore. They have also added perks that give killers scourge hooks, and perks that give survivors boon totems. Two relatively nice additions, but only if the devs actually make them valid. Some killers have special mechanics that force survivors to do something other than repairing a generator, and that's great. Should help keep your loops from getting stale, and is also kind of promising. As it sits now, the loop for killers is kind of simple. Find a good spot where the gens are manageable, defend those gens, put meat on hooks, hope there aren't any boons to look for, win or lose, that's kind of a subjective enigma in this game, and then go to the blood web to level up and do it all over again, kinda. Now, mind you, as part of that big ol' update that I was talking about, they kind of made the grind a lot less, so yeah, you do have to do it all over again, but it's better now. It doesn't hurt as bad to do it all over again. Even prestiging in this game doesn't hurt as bad. It's more synonymous. Synonymous? That's not the word. It's very cohesive. Is cohesive the word? I don't know. It's just not painful, okay? Now, as gameplay loop goes for Survivor, well, it kind of goes like this. They do their best to do generators in a way that messes up the killer's plans for an easily manageable generator defensive, do skill checks as to not alert the killer, evade or purposefully distract a killer in hopes of wasting their time, open the exit gate, live or die. Go to the blood web to level up whatever survivor you want to share skills with, because all survivors are kinda just skins. That's right. It doesn't really matter who you level in the end. Any of their unique perks can be shared with any other survivors that are lucky enough to have it pop up on their blood web. But honestly, because of that last update, again, jeez, that has just destroyed my script. You can pick what you want to share, kinda. You just level up that one survivor to you prestige them, and they unlock their unique quote-unquote skills for all the survivors, making all the survivors even less unique in a way, which is annoying. At least now it's not so RNG based, but whatever, I digress. I would have liked to have just seen it so that, like, the survivors have a thing that isn't shareable, a core trait of sorts. Like if Jeff, being an artist, could, I don't know, craft things faster as just a passive trait, or Ace having less skill checks because he's just naturally lucky. Luck in this game isn't real, I know, but imagine if they did something with luck. That'd be wild. I hate to say it, but most people's complaints about this game are valid. Or used to be anyway. Especially what the grind was. Oh, the grind was real. I've completed 2 or 3 battle passes. Yeah, this game's got one of those too. So I can tell you, it's true, this game's got a grind. But I honestly think that's okay, because it's an option. It's only a grind if you let it be a grind. Or sadly, if the thing you want is in fact behind some in-game currency, or the last unlock of the battle pass, then I get that, especially if it's in the battle pass. But for real though, it's just stuff. When you get it, you'll get a dopamine rush, sure, or if you're anything like me, a moment of existentialistic emptiness, stuck wondering why, and asking, is this it? What was the point? Or, I was supposed to do something productive today. How could they remedy this grind, you may ask? They can't. If they made it less grindy, you'd have everything you'd want and most likely stop playing. The donkey isn't going to chase a lead without a carrot on the end of it. And this being a digital monster, it must feed. And that feed is your time. But that largely just holds true for the Battle Pass portion. Since that last update, it doesn't feel like a grind in the regular game, just the Battle Pass. That Battle Pass. This game still holds up graphically, and lately they have been reshading some things to make things look a bit more atmospheric and, well, just graphically overhauling maps and changing layouts for the tiles of said maps. Because, wouldn't you know it, most of the maps have a bit of randomization to them, which requires tiles to be randomized, keeping the odds of 2 matches being the same very slim, if not impossible. It looks like they're heading in a good direction graphically, and I haven't been too upset about changes to the maps, except for maybe one thing: the grass. The grass was so much more dense in the older maps, making traps trappier, so it's kind of like a debuff to any trappy killers that rely on traps to seal the fates of any of those damned teabagging survivors. Generally, this game feels smooth enough, but not without some weird jank here and there. The most jank I swear by far is with Bark Breath. It seems like she wants to keep moving even when I stop, and it's just all around a bit off. Son of a...
They played us like a damn fiddle!
While trying to get some gameplay, as an example, it seems as though good old Tree Face doesn't have that disjointed feel anymore. But some sound effects are now missing, which has nothing to do with how this game feels. So it does lay some basis to my claims. This game is always fixing some things, but sadly, sometimes breaking things in the process. However, I don't think the missing sound effects I'm experiencing for Legion kicking gens and Hag playing with the dirt is going to be around long enough for me to bother showcasing here. In other smaller jank news, sometimes hit registration is just weird, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's not all the time, but it's common enough where it's sort of a meme now. Sounds are crunchy and slappy, some screams are a bit goofy but believable. No Wilhelm screams here though, as of yet. Most of the voiced over work is done in-house, so that works in their favor.
You'll pay for that.
The devs get a lot of heat for missteps and bad calls, even though they're clearly not some indie dev team founded in a 2012 garage, but they're also probably not sipping coffee out of an ancient artificial mind and movement mug. I guess what I'm trying to say is, games are hard to make, and there's no way the people that have spent time on this team working on this title are idiots or experts. They're just people, and a lovely mix of people at that. They're clearly passionate about what they do here, and to me at least, it's obvious that they're having a fun time doing it. And personally, that's what makes a game good. If the developers are having a good time, then they're probably making a good game. I mean, yeah, sure, they mess up. But, like I said, they're people. People mess up. I think it's up to the community to just try and reestablish in their brains that they are humans. Cut the devs some slack. They will listen. They don't want you to walk away from their game. Just, I don't know. Stop being a dick. There's a reason why you keep coming back for more, and if you haven't came back, well, there's a reason why you ain't coming back either. That's all completely fine, and they get that. I get that. But if you're curious where the game is now, I think it's in a better spot. Give it another try. Maybe it's better now for you. And if you're like, heck no, then, well, don't. That's fine too. Where I stand is, honestly, I'm a bit burnt out, but I can't fucking stop playing. I like horror games, man. And I like being a baddie with a fatty. Well, look at that. You made it to the end of my video. The thing that nobody asked for. That's something. I don't know how you made it here. Thanks a lot, buddy. If you wanna keep in touch, you can do that. I'm not gonna say the thing. That's a thing, and I'm not gonna say. I plan on making more videos. I thought this was fun, if not a bit daunting. I don't think I'll ever do another multiplayer game video because, shit, man, did I not express it enough? Updates, they kind of messed me up. So, if you take a look at the intro, those are going to be the next games I do a little review on, because I decided to break up this whole thing into seasons. So, yeah, I gotcha. This is episode 1 of season 1 of my YouTube videos. Take care of yourself and each other. That's a Jerry Springer thing, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Hold on. Stay rad. Yeah.